Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh my God!
oh my
What-
What
god.
kind of lucky
What
block
kind
is
of what kind
this?
of lucky block is this?
What kind of lucky block is this?
Where's
Five Nights
photo
at Freddy's.
negative?
Oh my God!
Photo
I'm so
negative
scared.
Mickey.
Especially
Oh,
since
no.
you're just an intern. But I know you're going to be fine. The team's just waiting for some equipment to be shipped out to the island, which should only take a few days.
This place is so scary. It's like some kind of place abandoned by Disney.
Imagine
What?
if it was blue. Like
If,
scary blue.
if only there were a story associated
Kind
with
of
that.
treasure island.
You're not allowed to confirm or deny anything yet.
Hard.
Hello, it is me, Phone Guy, and I shall recite to you today the story.
Just say we found some questionable things.
Abandoned by Disney by Slime Beast.
Well,
Don't care.
look, it doesn't matter.
Some
I
of you
care.
may have heard that Disney Corporation is responsible for at least one real, live ghost town. Disney built the Treasure Island Resort in Baker's Bay in the Bahamas. It didn't start as a ghost town. Disney cruise ships would actually stop at the resort and leave tourists there to relax in luxury. This is a fact. Look it up. Disney blew $30 million on this place. Yes, $30 million.
That's how much we're making a month from our channel.
And then they abandoned,
Oh,
unlike the channel. Disney blamed the shallow waters, too shallow for ships to safely operate. And there was even a blame on cast on the workers, saying that since they were from the Bahamas, they were too lazy to work a regular schedule. That's where the factual nature of the story ends. It wasn't because of sand, and obviously wasn't because for.
Hey, can I interject for a second in your story, phone guy?
Yeah.
They actually don't call them workers. They call them cast members at Disney.
anybody know how to
Back to me
get rid
again.
of photo negative Mickey when he gets close to me?
Nope.
Yeah, see, it says
Such
cast
a-
members here on the door. Duh.
With
See,
such a
come
slight
on.
interjection, I will rend you from this existence.
Oh.
Go up.
Anyway. I think there's something in my throat.
A photo negative Mickey.
No, I
There he
sincerely
is.
think these reasons were legitimate.
Oh my
Why
no.
don't I buy the original story? Because of Mowgli's Palace.
How do I get rid of it?
Near the beachside city of Emerald Isle in North Carolina, Disney began construction of Mowgli's Palace in the late 1990s. The concept was a jungle-themed resort with a large, you guessed it, palace in the center of the whole thing. If you're unfamiliar
have
with the
guessed
character
that.
Mowgli, then you might better remember the story, The Jungle Book. If you haven't seen it anywhere else, you know it as the Disney cartoon from decades past. Mowgli is an abandoned child in the jungle, essentially raised by animals and
Oh my.
simultaneously threatened and pursued by other animals. Mowgli's Palace was a controversial undertaking from the start. Disney bought up a ton of high-priced land for the project, and there was actually a scandal surrounding some of the purchases. The local government claimed eminent domain on people's homes, then turned around and sold.
He fucking got me. How do I get rid of him?
Yeah, that was so scary.
That was
Yeah,
so
no, that was
scary, dude.
scary.
That was so scary.
I gotta
Okay,
look
We're
Google,
geeked
how
on making
to
an IDF
get rid
sodomizer tool
of
in our challenge game
Photo
video.
negative Mickey.
What?
Yeah, we are. One of the weapons was an IDF sodomizer tool.
They say, photo negative Mickey becomes active on night 1. He will start lying down in the character prep 1 before standing up and taking a path to the office through the lounge or the meat freezer.
Uh-huh.
He will appear to either your left or right, depending on the path he takes.
Okay.
It's
Shut
very
off the
informative.
camera to send him away.
Oh,
Just so you know, now you can explore complex topics or brainstorm ideas just by talking. When you're ready, just say, let's chat.
all right, all right.
Chat with her.
No. Not right now.
Tell her you're sorry.
Okay, Google. I'm sorry. Oh, she didn't say anything. She doesn't accept
And tell her to
my
make a
apology.
fart noise.
Okay, Google. Fart.
Why do you want her to
This
fart?
is a fart.
I need you to pick up the phone again. So I can
Pick up
see-
the phone, baby.
Pick up the phone, baby. Oh, the
We're
phone.
getting copyrighted.
Dude, he's so photo
At one
negative.
point, a home that had just been constructed was immediately condemned with little to no explanation. The land grabbed by the government was
Where's
supposedly for some
Goofy?
fictional highway project. Knowing full well that what was going on, people started calling it Mickey Mouse Highway. Then there was the concept art, a group of stuffed shirts.
I
where Disney
want to
Co.
talk
actually
to
held a sitting meeting.
Goofy.
They intended it to sell everyone on how lucrative this project was going to be
Goofy's
for
dead.
everyone. When they showed concept
No.
art, this gigantic Indian palace surrounded by jungle, staffed with men and women in loincloths and tribal gear. Well, suffice to say, everyone flipped their shit. We're talking a large Indian palace, jungle, and loincloths, not only in the center of a relatively wealth area,
Huh?
but also a somewhat xenophobic area of the southern USA. It was a questionable mix at that point in history.
Dude, lore slop.
One member of the crowd tried to storm the stage, but he was quickly subdued by security after he managed to break one of the presentation boards over his knee. Disney took that community and essentially broke it over its knee as well. The houses were razed, the land was cleared, and there wasn't a damn thing that anyone could do or say about it. Local TV and newspapers were against the resort at the beginning, but some insane connection between Disney's media holdings and the local venues came into
Okay,
play,
Google.
and their opinions turned on a dime.
Could you explain the Disney creepypasta about Treasure Island?
Sorry, I don't understand.
No. Okay, continue.
I got you. So anyway, Treasure Island, the Bahamas,
Make a
Disney
fart
sunk
noise.
Okay, Google. Fart.
billions.
This is a fart.
So
I
quiet.
learned that sound like lures him away.
Oh.
So you have to play the fart noise.
yeah.
Disney sunk those millions in and then split. Same thing happened to Mowgli's Palace. Construction was complete, visitors actually stayed at the resort, the surrounding communities were flooded with traffic and the usual annoyances associated with the influx of lost and irate tourists.
No, there he is.
Then it all just stopped. Disney shut it down and no one knew what the hell to think. But they were pretty happy about it. Disney's loss was pretty hilarious and a wonderful to large group of people who didn't want this thing in the first place. I honestly
Little
didn't
guy.
give the place another thought since hearing it closed over a decade ago. I live maybe 4 hours from Emerald Isle, so I really only heard the rumblings and didn't experience any of it firsthand. Then I read an article from someone who had explored the Treasure Island resort and posted a
Where's
whole
Minnie
blog about
Mouse?
all
I
the
want to
crazy shit
see
he found
her.
there. Stuff just
She's hiding from you.
left behind. Things smashed.
She better be hiding from me.
Probably ruined by the former disgruntled employees
Oh, like
who had lost
security
their
breach.
jobs. Hell, the locals from all around probably had a hand wrecking that place. People there just felt as angry about
This game would
Treasure
be
Island as
awesome
folks
if it
did
had
here
Gator Golf in it.
from Mowgli Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Gator Golf.
Can't believe the phone said that.
Look
I'm
at the
very
phone,
excited
baby.
about. I'm very excited
Ooh.
about Gator Golf, and you all could like speak into the phone. That's how phones work. Are you stupid? Why do we hire?
Phone
we don't
guy.
hire-
Why is he in
we
the
don't hire
bathroom?
people who are stupid.
He's pooping.
He
Alexa,
poops, they
fart.
poop.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, Google. Fart.
This is a fart.
Oh, did that
Who
one
the
go
fuck is
through?
that slug on your right?
I barely even picked up
We
the
don't own
mic.
that guy.
Hold on, I gotta move her. Oh shit, I dropped her.
I own
Sorry,
it.
sorry.
You are my playthings.
Anyway,
Okay, Google, volume max.
plus there were rumors that Disney had released their aquarium stock into the local
family
waters when they
sleeping?
closed, including sharks.
What?
Who wouldn't
No,
want to
dude,
take a
I'm at
few
Treasure
swings
Island
of
right now.
merchandise after that?
Oh, you're right, bro.
Well, what I'm getting at, this blog is about Treasure Island, got me thinking. Even though many years have passed since its closing, I figured it might be cool to do some
You was
urban
at the
exploration
club.
at Mowgli Palace. Take some photos,
What
write
if we
about
fight
it.
Charlie
That's
Kirk
your
next?
office
And
Challenge
probably
games.
see
Oh yeah.
Photo
we could.
negative Charlie Kirk.
Photo negative
Hmm.
Charlie Kirk.
Wait a
Alexa.
minute.
Nope. Sorry. Okay, Google. Fart.
This is a fart.
They'll probably see if there's anything I could take home as a memento. I'm not gonna say I wasted no time getting there because honestly, it took me another year after first I found the Treasure Island article to actually go to Emerald Isle. Over the course of that year, I did a lot of research on the palace resort. Rather, I tried to.
Found 'em.
Naturally, no official Disney site or research made mention of the place that had been scrubbed clean. Even odder, however, is that nobody before myself had apparently thought to blog about the place or even post a photo. None of the local TV or newspaper sites had one word about the place, though. That was to be expected since they all swung Disney's way. They wouldn't be out there lauding their embarrassment, would you? You know. Recently I learned that corporations can actually ask Google, for example, to remove links from search results. Basically no good reason looking back. It's probably not that nobody spoke of the resort,
What's this
but
guy
rather
on
their
about?
worlds were made inaccessible.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about
phone
Abandoned
guy,
by
bro.
Disney. Abandoned by Disney story by Slime Beast that Finding the Treasure Island is based off of understanding. You gotta understand the source material, you know?
Yo, I almost fucked that up.
Don't fuck that up, bro. You're
Dude,
gonna,
I
you're gonna
almost
get
got us killed
abandoned
by
by,
Photo
by
Negative, make
Disney.
it.
You're gonna get abandoned by Disney, bro.
Okay, Google fart.
This is a fart.
Okay, Google Can I call you something else?
Okay, what should I call you?
Okay, Google, what's my name?
You'd like me to call you by the name OK Google, what's my name? Is that right?
No. 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 Google?
So
Okay,
in
Google.
the end, I could barely.
What's my name?
Your name is the.
Duh.
No. Why the hell
Okay,
did you-
Google.
what-
Can you call me Photo Negative Mickey?
You'd like me to call you by the name Photo Negative Mickey. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll call you Photo Negative Mickey from now on.
This sounds about right.
Wait, phone guy.
Yeah.
What was going? Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. This is a long story. You know, it might take until the next night to. Oh, but I'll keep going. So in the end, I could barely find the place. All I had to do was go to an old as hell map I had received in the mail.
Oh man, I gotta clock
See you
out.
tomorrow. Have a good night. What should I say, day?
Lord, I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. Dude, I think I've been abandoned by Disney.
Oh.
Okay, Google. Read me the Abandoned by Disney creepypasta.
I looked for that, but it either isn't available or can't be played right now.
AI is taking my job.
Okay, Google.
Yeah.
There's scary Mickey Mouse trying to kill me. What do I do?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh, you're dead.
Man.
That's your only chance.
Is this about... I think I know who this is about. Okay.
So in the end, I could barely find the place. All I had to do was go to an old as hell map I'd received in the mail back in the 90s. It was a promotional item sent out to people who had recently been to Disney World. And I guess since I had been there in the late 80s, that was recent. I didn't really intend to hang on to it. It just got shoved with my books and comics from my childhood. I only remembered it months into my research, and even then it took me another few weeks to locate the storage bin that my parents had shoved it all into. But I did find it. Locals were no help. As most were transplants who had moved to the beach in recent years, or old residents who just sneered at me and made rude gestures the second I managed to say, "Where would I find Mowgli's?" The drive took me through in an ordinary long corridor of overgrowth. Tropical plants that had run rampant, overpopulated the area mixed with the native species of flora that actually belonged there and tried to reclaim the land. I was in awe when I reached the front gates of the resort. Tremendous, monolithic wooden gates whose supports on either side looked like they must have been cut from giant sequoias. The gate itself had been gouged in several places by woodpeckers and eaten away at the base by burrowing insects. Hanging at the gate was a sheet of metal, some random scrap, hand-painted letters scrawled in black. Abandoned by Disney. It was written in the handiwork of some past local, or an employee who had wanted to make some small protest. The gates were open enough to walk through, but not to drive. So grabbing my digital camera and the map, whose flip side showed a layout of the resort, I set off on foot. The inner grounds of the palace were just as overrun as the entryway. Palm trees stood unattended and ragged among piles of their own coconuts. Banana plants similarly stood in their own stinking, bug-riddled refuse. There was a sort of clash between order and chaos, as carefully planned rows of perennial flowers mixed with obnoxious tall weeds and stinking blackened mushrooms. What remained of the outdoor structures were broken, rotting wood and various charred bits of unidentifiable material. It was most likely an information booth or an outdoor bar was now simply a pile of assorted debris chopped up by past vandalism and ravaged by weather. The most interesting thing on the grounds was a statue of Baloo, the friendly bear from the Jungle Book, which stood sort of a courtyard in front of a main building. He was frozen in a jovial wave towards no one. Staring into an empty space, a silly, toothy grin as bird shit covered the whole swaths of his fur, and vines ensnared his platform. I approached the main building, the palace, only to find the outside of the building was covered in graffiti. Where the original paint hadn't peeled or chipped away, the front doors weren't just open. They'd been taken off their hinges and stolen. Above the front doors, or the gaping maw where they had been, someone once again painted "Abandoned by Disney." Oh, she can tell you about all the awesome stuff I saw inside the palace. Forgotten statues, abandoned cash registered full of fledged secret society, a full-fledged secret society of homeless bums. But no, inside the building was so stark, so bare that I think people had stolen the molding off the walls. Anything that was too big to steal, counters, desks, giant fake trees. They were all resting amid this empty echo chamber that was amplifying my every step, like a slow rat-tat-tat of a machine gun. I checked the floor plan and headed to all the locations that might seem in any way interesting. The kitchen was, as you imagine, an industrial food prep area where all the appliances in space. No expenses spared. Every glass surface was broken, every door knocked off its hinges, every metal surface kicked and dented. The entire place smelled like very old piss. The huge freezer, not remotely
Okay,
full
Google.
now.
Piss.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Can she pee? Okay, Google. Can you pee?
Sorry, I don't understand.
That's sad.
Huge freezer, not even
Fucking
remotely cool
bitch.
now, had a row upon empty shelf spaces. Hooks hung from the ceiling, probably for hanging cuts and beat. As I stood inside for a moment, I noticed they were swinging. Each swung in a random direction, but their movements were slow and small. It was almost impossible to see. I figured it had been caused by my footsteps, so I stopped one from swinging by clutching it in my fist. And I let it go. Within seconds, it begun to swing once more. The bathrooms were in very much the same state as the rest of the place. Just like Treasure Island Resort, someone had methodically smashed each porcelain commode with coconuts and other implements. There's about half an inch of rancid, stinking, stagnant water on the floor, so I didn't stand there very long. What's odd is that the toilets and the sinks, and the bidets and lady room, yes, I went there, all dripped, leaked, or just ran freely. It seemed to me that someone should have shut off the water a long time ago. There were plenty of rooms in the resort, but naturally I didn't have time to look through them all. The few I did peer into were similarly wrecked, and I didn't expect to find anything there, though I thought there was actually a television or radio in one room, and I heard a really quiet conversation coming out. It was like a whisper, probably my own breathing, echoing in silence, or just another case of the sound flowing water playing tricks in my mind. It sounded like this.
Okay, Fungi,
I
what do I do if
didn't
I'm
believe
running out
it.
of power?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Your father told you. I know that sounds ridiculous. I'm telling you what I experienced, why I thought there were, might have been something running in that room, or worse, some vagrants who had holed up in there and probably would have knifed me. Front doors of the palace again. I figured I hadn't found anything of note. I had wasted the trip up. As I looked at the door, I noticed something interesting in the courtyard that apparently I had missed. Something that would give me at least one thing to show for all my troubles, even if it was just a photograph. There, as a life-like statue of a python, maybe 8 feet long, coiled up and sunning itself on a pedestal right at the center of the area. It was almost time for the sun to start setting, so the light fell onto the object in a perfect way for a photograph. I approached the python, I snapped a photo. Stood on my toes, I snapped another. I moved closer to get a detail of its face, slowly and casually. The python lifted its head, looked directly into my eyes, turned, and slithered off the pedestal, across the grass and into the trees.
Fuck, Fungi, I think I died.
That's really sad. I think you did.
Damn, Fungi, I ran out of power. Okay,
Don't
Google,
worry,
fart.
This is a
Don't worry,
fart.
Phone Guy has, I have weird, perfect necromancy powers. Check this out. Returned by Disney.
Returned by Disney. I feel like some kind of some sort of like villain or a monster.
At least you're not LARPing.
Oh, imagine.
I knew a man who LARPed once.
I don't.
Anyway,
All I gotta say is white people be like, I think I'm gonna fall asleep in a Discord call.
this is true. As a phone guy, all 80 feet of it, its head long disappeared into the woods before its tail even left the sunning spot. Disney had released all their exotic animals onto the grounds. Right there on my floor plan map was the reptile house. I should have known. I read about the sharks at Treasure Isle, as I should have known they'd done this. I was dumbfounded, just utterly stupefied. My mouth must have been hanging open for the longest time before I came back down to earth and snapped it shut. I blinked a few times and backed away from where the snake had been, towards the palace. Even though it was totally gone, I was still not taking my chances, and I backed my way into the building. I took a few deep breaths and slaps to my own face to get myself in the right head after that. I looked for a place to sit down as my legs were feeling a bit like jelly at the moment. Of course, there was no place to sit down unless I wanted to recline the broken glass and dead leaf carpet or haul myself up onto a desk of questionable reliability. I had seen some stairs through the palace lobby and decided to go have a seat there until I felt better. The staircase was far enough away from the front of the building to be relatively clean, save for a startling accommodation of dust. Pulled a wedge of metal off the wall, once again painted with "Abandoned by Disney" motto I had become accustomed to. I placed the wedge on the stairs and sat on it to at least keep the place somewhat clean. The stairway led downwards. Below ground level, using my camera flash as sort of improvised flashlight, I could see that the staircase ended in a metal mesh door with a padlock. I found on the door a real sign. Read, "Mascots only. Thank you." This perked my spirits a bit more for two reasons. One, mascots only area would definitely have some interesting stuff back in the day. Two, the padlock was still in place. Nobody had gone down there. Not the vandals, not the looters. Nobody. This was the place I could actually explore, perhaps find something interesting to photograph, or wantonly steal. I'd come to the palace essentially agreeing with myself that it was okay to take anything I wanted because, hey, abandoned. It
By
didn't
Disney.
take much time to bust the lock by Disney. Well, that's actually wrong. It didn't take much time to bust the metal plate on the wall that the padlock was hooked to. Time and Decay had done most of the work for me, and I was able to bend the metal plate enough to pull the screws out of the wall. Something nobody else apparently had thought of, or hadn't been able to do at the time. The mascots only area was startling and very welcome change for the rest of the building. I'd seen, for one, every second or third fluorescent light overhead was illuminated, even though they flickered or faded randomly. Also, nothing had been stolen or broken, even if age and exposure were definitely taking their toll. Tables had notepads and pens. There were clocks, even a punch-in clock on the wall with a complete filled-out time cards. Chairs were scattered around, and there was a small break room with an old static-filled television and long rotted-out food and drink on the counters. It was like one of those post-apocalyptic movies, where everything is left in a state of evacuation. As I walked the maze-like sub-basement hallways of the mascots-only area, the sights just became more and more interesting. As I went further, desks and tables were knocked over as papers scattered and almost melded to the damp floor. A large carpet of mold was slowly overtaking the real, rotting, crimson floor coloring. Everything was sort of squishy. Anything would disintegrate into mush, and when I applied at least a little amount of force, clothing items hanging on the hooks of the room simply fell to moist threads if I tried to unhook them.
Okay, Google
One thing that
fart.
annoyed me was the light.
This is a fart.
One thing annoyed me, though, was the light becoming more sparse and unreliable as I went further into the dank, suffocating depths of the place. Eventually, I reached a black and yellow striped door with the words, "Character Prep 1" stenciled on it. The door wouldn't open at first. I figured there was probably some costumes that were kept. And I definitely wanted a photograph of that twisted, stinking mess. Try as I might, whatever angle or trick I tried, the door wouldn't budge. That is, until I gave up and started to walk away. That was when there was a slight popping sound. The door creaked slowly.
Glump.
Inside, the room was completely dark, pitch black. I used the camera flash to look for a light switch by the wall, by the door, but there was nothing. As I made my search, I was jarred out of my sense of excitement by a loud electrical buzz. Rows of lights overhead suddenly flashed to life, flickering and fading out, like the rest I had passed. It took a second for my eyes to adjust, and it seemed like the light was just going to keep getting brighter until all the bulbs exploded. But just when I thought it would reach that critical stage, the bright lights dimmed and steadied. The room was exactly as I pictured it. Various Disney costumes hung from the walls, fully put together like strange cartoon cadavers hung from invisible nooses. With an entire rack of loincloths and native clothes on hangers towards the back.
Scary.
What I found odd, what I wanted to photograph right away, was a Mickey Mouse costume at the center of the room. Unlike other costumes, it was lying on its back in the center of the floor like a murder victim. The fur on the costume was rotted and shedding, creating bare patches. What was even odder, however, was the coloring of the costume. It was like a photo negative of the actual Mickey Mouse. Black wear should be white, and white wear should be black. It's mostly red overalls for a light blue.
Okay,
The sight
Google,
was
what's my
off-putting
name?
enough.
Your name is Photo Negative Mickey.
Sorry, you scared me.
Yeah, it's so scary.
That was really
Oh
scary.
shit. Phone guy too.
Yeah, there's two of us that work in here. You know, they're supposed to give you a second person for these sort of
Right,
things because
okay.
it makes doing this a lot easier because one guy looks at the camera and one guy looks around the room.
Oh,
It's a conference call.
That would be so easy. Oh my god, I'm on a
It
Zoom
would be.
call?
Gasp.
Oh!
Gasper.
Casper.
Casper.
Ooh,
W-
Gasper the
W-
Scribbles.
Gasp.
WD Gasper Gasp.
Dude,
I believe in you making it through this night so much that I will wait until the next night to finish the story.
I honestly
Mhm.
think I'm gonna run out of power again.
Never mind.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess
Never doubt me
not.
again.
As soon as you said it.
Oh fuck.
You called into existence.
I'm in the scary world. I might have to return by Disney again.
I can return by
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I get it.
How
Mhm.
scary. What was that?
It's me, Dream Phone Guy. I'm pretty sure I just saw something move.
There's some strange things happening on this island.
Is that some sort of photo negative Mickey?
Is that some sort of treasure?
No.
The headless one can still feel your movement. Try standing still. Man.
Oh, welcome back, Brent. I mean, how's it going? You got that.
No, I skipped the call. I don't need it.
You don't want to hear my wonder? I have to finish my story.
Oh yeah, you. I skipped the other person.
Oh yeah, the second guy. Yeah, no.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, that's
You
know.
You know who that is.
Minnie Mouse.
A LARPer?
hung herself.
The headless one.
Anyway,
No, that's Goofy.
it was off-putting enough that I actually put off photographing the thing until last. I took a picture of costumes hanging on the walls, upward angles, downward angles, side shots to show off the entire row of frozen, putrid cartoon faces, some with plastic eyes missing.
Frozen?
Then I decided to stage a shot, just one of the head-wrangled character heads on the slick, grimy floor. I reached for the headpiece of a Donald Duck costume and carefully removed it so the thing wouldn't fall apart in my hands. As I looked into the face of a wide-eyed, moldering head, a loud clattering sound made me jump with fright. I looked down at my feet. There between my shoes was a human skull. It had fallen out of the mascot head and shattered into pieces on my feet. Only the empty face and the lower
They're
jaw
fucking
remained,
jumping me, dude.
staring at me.
They're gonna jump you, no.
I had to
Who
take
the
a
fuck
picture
is
of it, you know,
that?
I had to.
Pick up the phone.
You're so
For-
evil.
Any number of reasons that may seem silly, but only if you don't think it through. I needed proof of what happened, especially if Disney was going to somehow make this go away. I had no doubt in my mind right from the start. Even if it was just gross negligence, Disney was responsible for this. That's when Mickey, the photo negative Mickey, the opposite Mickey, in the middle of the floor, started to get up. First sitting up, then climbing to its feet, the Mickey Mouse costumer. Whoever was inside of it stood there at the center of the room, its fake face staring directly at me as I mumbled no over and over. With shaking hands and a violently thrashing arm, and legs that have once again turned to jelly, I managed to lift the camera and aim it at the opposite creature now quietly sizing me up. The digital camera screen displayed only dead pixels in the shape of that thing. It was a perfect silhouette of the Mickey costume. As the camera moved in my unsteady hands, dead pixels spread, marring the screen wherever Mickey's outline moved. Then the camera died. Went blank. Quiet. Broken. I raised my head once again to the Mickey Mouse costume. Hey, it said in a hushed, perverted, but perfectly executed Mickey Mouse voice. Want to see my head come off? It started to pull at its own head, working its clumsy, gloved-clad fingers around its neck with clawing, impatient movements
I'm
similar to
fucked.
a wounded man trying to pull himself out of the predator's jaws.
Never
As
mind,
it
I'm fucking
worked
COVID.
its digits into its neck, there was so much blood. So much thick, chunky, yellow blood. I turned away as I heard the sickening tearing
Oh
of
my
cloth and
God.
flesh. Only cared about getting away. Above the door out of this room, I saw the final message clawed into the metal with bone or fingernail. Abandoned by God. I never got the pictures out of the camera. I never wrote the blog entry about it. After I ran from that place, fled for my sanity, if not my life, I knew Disney didn't want anyone to know about this place. They didn't want anyone like me getting in. They didn't want anything like that getting out. That was abandoned by Disney by Slime Beast.
Holy moly.
It was
Now,
alright.
now I just need
Alright.
to try to live the night.
Well, actually, Abandoned by Disney is a part of a 3-part series written by Slime Beast.
Oh, okay.
There are multiple parts to this.
Does he know that I need to survive to 6 a.m. with all of my power? I like that the
Yeah,
threat in this
fucking-
game is the power. It's not even the fucking...
I mean, what are they
the
gonna
guys.
do?
I don't know. I've had a couple close calls, actually. I shouldn't say
Not
I
that.
don't know.
even
Yeah,
the
no,
prison
you like, do you ever try standing up from the desk and just like piecing them up? That usually works for me.
Yeah. Okay, Google,
Like, I'll-
fart.
Whoa.
She's forsaken me.
Like, I'll be honest with you, New Hire. I mean, I'm playing League right now.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, the fuck are they gonna do? Walk into the room? Last time
Oh,
I
yeah,
just,
no,
you know,
like-
I went AFK for about 30 seconds. You know, two to the stomach,
Two
one to the jaw,
one
and
to the one to the three.
just kind of laying there. It hasn't
Mhm.
moved since. I
I like
I
good
gotta put a
meat.
box around it because it makes me uncomfortable. Its head
And I like
kind of
meat.
rocked. You know how you close a dead person's eyes? Kind
Mhm.
of like that. I mean,
Okay.
what was it gonna do? And I think you can kill them. I just felt bad. You know, you got blood on your hands. I don't like thinking about it.
See, that's why I pulled out my snub nose 35. Popped the cap in his
Gonna
ass.
be 5 a.m. yet.
Do you have photo negative
I'm
Donald?
running out of power.
No.
I'm running out of
Oh.
power.
Because I have photo negative Goofy. I thought someone had photo negative Donald.
Fuck, who's checking on Donald?
Oh fuck. All right, hold up. Where's the fourth guy?
Oh no. Fourth guy.
Fourth.
They got him.
They got him.
No! Photo
They
negative
got
Donald, they got him!
Photo negative Donald got him. All right. Well, good news.
Dude, we lost the
good news,
fourth
you
and fifth guy.
You're getting promoted, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to be fourth guy?
You want to be fourth guy?
I mean, yeah, I could be fourth guy.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, you
It's
got
not like a
Donald?
raise or anything. We're just gonna like send another one to you.
Oh, man. I don't know how much power I have. You might even...
See? You got Donald.
No, you just gotta learn the technique. You have to learn how to return by Disney.
Oh, true.
Mhm, mhm.
Is that how
You
you
have
get
to
it?
learn how to get abandoned by Disney.
Well, if you return by Disney, you can never be abandoned by Disney.
Oh.
That's what they want you to think, but- You know,
Is that how that works?
I've seen a thing or two.
Man. This whole
That
return
sounds
by...
crazy.
Oh! Man, fuck you. I'll quit. I quit. I'm getting
Oh,
the fuck
so
out.
what? What?
Oh. Oh. I got lost on my way out.
Yeah, they like to do this to people that try to quit. Don't ask me who they is. I don't actually know.
They.
It's Pride Month. You know,
True.
they're non-binary.
True.
You know, if you were paying attention to my
Ah, they got me!
That's fast. Kind of suck at this.
I kind of didn't get to read. They kind of all went away too quick.
yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta stand still if you see glowing eyes.
Well, I did. I hit the standstill button.
I don't know.
Maybe they weren't glowing technically. You know, semantics.
Man, this is some
Okay,
bullshit.
Google, fart for me.
Okay, Google, fart.
This is a fart.
Okay, Google, can you do the outro to my video?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Man,
That's a good outro.
it's a good outro.